old tactic, bounce India out. Actors Jimmy Anderson, Chris Tremlett, Stuart Broad and Tim Bresnan. South Africans have tried it, Australians have tried it. Now it's time for the English.
The Indians are up for their toughest challenge when they face England. But will have to face something that's not music to their ears.
Surely no, Scott, would you believe it?
India have always had trouble with the short pitch delivery, and the English will spare none from the famed batting lineup.
That one followed Tendulkar. Tendulkar just shook his head and was ready to face up. He didn't want to show the bowler.
It is one of the taller attacks in world cricket history, as opposed to the West Indies, who are always tall, but England have got that on their side. The advantage of that, they have got a very good swing bowler in Jimmy Anderson, they have very good tall bowlers in Broad and Tremlett.
England have two of the tallest bowlers in world cricket, the young Stuart Broad and the rejuvenated Chris Tremlett.
You need to work out which helps the variety in the attack. You've got the height, and why Chris Tremlett's doing well is he's pitching the ball up and he's finding that length and then the odd nasty stuff.
And the man in discussion, Chris Tremlett, will certainly unleash the nasty ones.
I think we use that to our advantage, but obviously it depends a little bit on conditions, what's put in front of us. But no, I think we'll assess our plans on conditions and things. But no, certainly it's always a weapon, the short stuff as well.
Meanwhile, Yuvraj Singh, who's been recalled into the Indian Test side, knows what the Indians need to expect.
I think it's going to be a very exciting series. Definitely they've got really good bowlers in Anderson, Broad, Bresnan. So it's going to be a tough fight.
So beating the best Test side in the world will take more than just the odd Stuart Broad glare or Eoin Morgan reverse sweep. Whether India tackles its perennial problem of sweet chin music, come the first Test, India will be eager to rubbish that off.
Billy Doctorow has overturned that decision.
What's a rivalry without a controversy? Yuvraj Singh versus Kevin Pietersen, now the stuff of lore. Jelly Bean, Zaheer Khan, the English will once again target the Indian spirit, but they are ready to give it back. Lots of the Indian media talking about Indians sledging that they use Hindi. So before the series, the off-field action has already begun, and that will surely add spice to the on-field action.
Not arch rivals, but an India-England series has all the makings of a drama. And one doesn't need to look beyond 2007 and the first Test at Lord's. One wicket stood between England and victory. The hosts thought that they had their man, but Steve Buckner turned down a confident appeal before Weather had the final say. An innocuous-looking pink jelly bean on the pitch left a bitter taste in Zach's mouth. While the pacer immediately lashed out at Pietersen for the stunt, the remaining English players bore the brunt of Zaheer's ire as he bowled India to a famous win.
And not shy.
Things took a bizarre turn in the same series. Under fire for failing to enforce a follow-on in the third Test, Rahul Dravid said his bowlers needed a rest.
Very happy Indian side.
I know the amount of workload that my bowlers had gone into, and at that point of time I felt that pushing my boys through that would not be the right thing to do, and we better give them a bit of rest.
But Zach famously contradicted his own captain.
Not really. I don't think I was tired or anything. As far as I'm concerned, I know that I've given my everything in this series.
This man surely knows how to get under the skin of the opposition. With a few surprises under his sleeve, Sreesanth will look to ruffle a few feathers yet again, even at the risk of being fined. And there's no love lost between these two, with Pietersen branding Yuvraj a pie chucker.
Pie chucker like Yuvraj Singh bowling it, yeah? I really don't mind.
And Yuvi doing what he knows best.
That's Tom Phil.
Left Tom Phil.
That means a useless kind of a bowler. Well, useless bowler, getting out him 5 times, quite useless batting, I would say.
Banter that began in 2008.
Went a little bit too defensive, perhaps.
So I'm sure he'll be looking to get a few more pies from me this year.
is set to continue in the battle for the crown.
Time for a short break, but coming up on the other side, all the latest from the India-England series.